Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be an April monthly reading for my dearest Taurus. Now Taurus, this is going to be a bit more of a general reading where we sort of cover all different areas. We'll take a look at what Spirit wants you to focus on the most in the month of April. We'll look at career and finances as well. And let me know in the comment section down below if this is a reading that you like. And if it's something you think I should add to the monthly rotation here. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off with this oracle deck and see what more energy my Taurus need to bring into their lives in the month of April, or what my Taurus need to focus on. Okay, so we see memories. Okay. So this could be something from the past coming up, which really wouldn't surprise me because in April we do have Mercury retrograding in Aries. Past emotions, memories and emotions. So some of my Taurus, this is going to be quite an emotional month for you. I am also getting, for some of you, you may have lost a loved one recently, or maybe like in the month of April, it kind of brings up deep feelings, deep emotions. So please take care of yourselves there. Okay, adult children. Okay, so some of you have adult children. Maybe some of you are adult children. Okay, interesting. A family connection there. And family changes. I'm getting really strong here, Taurus. Someone, you may have lost a family member, and I feel like this is a really tough month for you, either because you're still in the grieving process, or, this month or this time period or something coming up in April is going to really trigger that nostalgia. And I feel like it is something that you have to be aware of that's coming towards you. But I also feel like you have all of the tools necessary to you to deal with anything that comes your way. But it just a heads up there. Very interesting messages coming through there. All right, let's see. Let's get into this reading. So we're going to start off with your current energy, and then we'll look at the theme of the month. It may be similar to the oracle cards that we've already pulled, or may not be. Let's see. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Taurus, please. All right, so you're in the Queen of Swords energy. Wow, yeah. So that is definitely very head over heart. Okay. I'm going to clarify all of these cards. The theme of the month is the 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so releasing burdens. A key goal to pursue, the 6 of Pentacles, balance. All right, an obstacle to overcome, the King of Swords. Ooh, some of you too could be, you have to deal with an ex or possibly co-parent. Could also be family issues, like within, like if you're separated from, your spouse, there could be issues here with your children as well. We'll see. A major accomplishment, the 8 of Cups showing up in reverse. I'm hearing getting back to you, but we'll see. Getting back to yourself. What to avoid, the 9 of Wands. Okay, it's a very guarded energy there, but we'll see. What to embrace, the Knight of Wands. Ooh, some of my Taurus, it's about going out more, putting yourself back out there, chasing dreams, following your passion. All right, where to find support, the Sun in reverse. Oh, you're going to find support in the most unlikely places, or in the most unlikely place, or with someone you're not expecting. And your advice, encouragement is the Star card, Aquarius energy. So you definitely have wish fulfillment coming in. Some of you, you've been playing the long game and it's going to pay off for you. It's also about being creative. And the 9 of Swords showing up in reverse tells me that it's an end of difficult times here. Definitely like a difficult time coming to an end, we'll say, which is exactly the same thing, just I reworded it. Excuse me. All right, so your current self, Queen of Swords energy. So I do like this because it does tell me, I always feel like she's very Libran energy, Libra-esque, although she certainly can represent Gemini or Aquarius. And we do have strong Aqua energy coming through. But, this energy to me is like you're in this very tactful, charming, diplomatic energy. She's also very head over heart. Okay. And with the Judgment card in reverse, ooh, some of you, Taurus, you're dealing with some sort of major ending. I feel for a lot of you, it's more like relationship, because with the King and the Queen of Swords, to me, that's exes, it's divorce, it's maybe finalizing the divorce, it's maybe trying to co-parent with somebody that you just can't stand anymore, or you have very different styles, or you've just really grown far apart from. But I also feel like there's something here, like you may feel like you misjudged a situation. You may also be dealing with a judgment that didn't go in your favor. Okay, so again, I feel like it has to do with a divorce or separation, possibly with children involved, but for others of you, really trust how this resonates with you, because it could be something unfair that happened at work. Maybe you were passed over for a raise or promotion, or you feel like there's something, this feels legal in nature with the Judgment card. But some of you just feel like you misjudged a person or a situation, and you're just really ruminating about it. You're thinking about it. The theme of the month is to let it go of burdens. The only thing you can control, you can't control other people's actions, but you can only control your reactions, Taurus. So it's about releasing burdens. It's also a beautiful energy of like giving yourself permission here to follow your passions. Some of you, I feel you have a new lease on life because you've freed yourself from some sort of karmic situation. Again, whether it's a relationship or a job or a living situation or family situation. Okay. And the Lover's card in reverse. So this is Gemini energy showing up in reverse. It can be an energy of anxiety. So some of my Taurus, you may be experiencing anxiety about making a decision to release burdens. Like you're doing things differently. Like some of you might feel guilty about taking that trip you've always wanted to take. Some of you are taking it by yourselves, is what I'm hearing. For others of you, if you're grieving the loss of a loved one, some of you feel guilty because there's somebody new in your life, or you're ready to move on, and you might be struggling with like, is it the right time? No one can judge when it's right for you. So don't judge yourself too harshly either. And for others of you, you're putting yourself back out there after a divorce or separation. And you're ready to follow your passions, but there's also an energy of anxiety and nervousness about making this decision, whatever it might be. And the month of April, again, with Mercury retrograde throughout most of the month, it's going to be a time for reflection. It may not be the best time to like rethink contracts, and making like major purchases and decisions. There's always a little warning attached to Mercury retrograde when it comes to contracts and things like that, or major decisions. So I feel like for those of you where it's not time sensitive, I feel like the month is like asking you to like focus on you, what brings you passion, what lights you up. And it's okay if maybe you don't know, but you give yourself that space to like figure it out, right? A key goal to pursue is balance, Six of Pentacles. So this can obviously be balancing the budget. If it comes to people in your life, whether it's relationships that are romantic or family or, coworkers, it's about really being in and only really tolerating reciprocal relationships, right? So it doesn't have to be tit for tat, but it does feel with this Six of Pentacles energy like they need to be balanced, like prioritizing balanced relationships. This is also having balance in your life, balanced budget, balanced rest and play and work, okay? And the Six of Wands in reverse, yeah. So there might be some conflicts here. It's also about not ignoring red flags. So Spirit's telling you, like, if there are red flags here, especially when it comes to balance, and again, balancing the budget, relationships, don't ignore those red flags. And some of my Taurus out there, I'm getting like a little bit of a different message. Like you do what you need to do to bring yourself balance, to be good, so that you can take care of those that you need to take care of. And don't feel guilty. Because I feel like some of my Taurus here, you might be feeling a little bit conflicted about whatever this is, taking that trip, putting yourself back out there after a divorce or after a loss, or doing things that really you need to do to bring you back to center and really be like refreshing and rejuvenating for you. And I also see for a lot of you, it's really important that you're not ignoring red flags when it comes to relationships or situations not being balanced, right? All right, so an obstacle to overcome, we have the King of Swords. So this is also a reminder, Taurus, to pay attention to how you talk to yourself. Remember, our thoughts, our beliefs, all of these become things. And many times, and I think I said this in the Libra reading, but oftentimes we need to get out of our own way, and we need to not think about all the excuses as to why something won't be successful or why we can't do ... fill in the blanks, XYZ, and think about, okay, what would I gain from this particular situation? And is it something I really want? Is it something that I really want to do? So with the King of Swords here, for some of you, it's negative self-talk. For others of you, it's accepting situations that you're not passionate about, but that look good on paper, whether it's a relationship or it's a job or something like that. Now, I'm not saying go out and change those things right away, or this is the month where you just, blow everything up, right? No. But it's about also, because what Spirit wants you, the theme of the month is to go after new beginnings that you're passionate about. Not staying in situations just because they're comfortable or because they quote unquote look good on paper, which I know a lot of us are guilty of. But it's also about we were put on this earth to enjoy life, and it's not always going to be enjoyment. There are ups, there are downs, there are trials, there are tribulations, but it's let's start acting like we're alive here is kind of the energy that I'm getting. Some of you, this King of Swords can also be an ex, or it can be a judgment or a legal issue. So just pay attention to that, because there might be something kind of unfair that you've experienced, and it does look like there's a bit of a challenge here. Yeah, you might have been handed a judgment or a decision that you don't like, or maybe it's already happened, or maybe it's happening in the month of April. Just be aware of that. I also feel a lot of my Taurus, you may have been making talking to yourself, keeping yourself emotionally unavailable. Again, not being passionate about whatever it is that you do or you spend a lot of time doing, or whom you're with. And I feel that's that's so key here, because it's Spirit saying this is the month where we need to sort of really unpack what makes us happy. And not just in this, I'm just going to chase happiness. We have bills to pay. We have responsibilities that we need to be responsible to, whether it's people or or other things that we've committed to. But I feel like there's something here about you really needing to feel more in the month of April, or get back in touch with your creativity, get back in touch with your emotions. And I feel there's possibly a situation here, whether it's a loss, or it's a loss of a loved one, or if it's a divorce, or it's something that feels kind of unfair, or wildly unfair, not kind of unfair, that's kind of pulled you out of your feelings. You might feel you're out of touch with your feelings here. And I feel April is definitely the month where, my Taurus, you're meant to get back to center, get back to you. A major accomplishment is the Eight of Cups in reverse. And now that I just said that, getting back to you, Eight of Cups, coming back to you, coming back to center, coming back to what Taurus needs, wants, deserves. And again, I know that we can't all be, 100% selfish. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being selfish when we need this in this type of energy. But it's I feel this is you. Your major accomplishment is getting back to you after some sort of painful ending, after experiencing some serious grief. Some of you, you've lost a loved one. It might be a parent. You could be a widow or a widower, and my heart goes out to you, because it's coming through a lot in this reading. But for others of you, it's just a painful cycle. And during this, whatever this Ten of Swords means for you, and again, it's going to be different for all of you, my Taurus are coming back to who you are, your wants, your needs. Who you are, coming back to you. That's the message. All right, so what to avoid? We see the Nine of Wands, and we see the Three of Cups energy in reverse. Some of my Taurus, it is time to, put yourself back out there. Okay, some of you, you've been very, very guarded towards this Three of Cups, seeing other people, maybe types of reunions with friends or family members, or going out. Some of you have been in serious hermit mode. And again, you trust what's right for you, right? Because the theme of this reading, and for the month of April for my Taurus here who are connecting with these messages, is getting back to you, getting back to Taurus after a painful, difficult ending. But I also see what to avoid, is being too guarded against Three of Cups situations. If you've been in hermit mode for too long. I also see avoid gossip. Yeah, avoid situations where, like, avoid gossip or gossiping. It's not going to benefit you in any way. It will lower your vibration. Not to say that you are gossiping, but maybe you have friends or family members that are particularly gossipy. And those of you who feel like you've been hurt or betrayed in in a love situation, just know that not everybody out there is a player, is going to act that way, is going to behave that way. I feel like, Spirit's telling you not to give up hope or faith. Because for some of you, with the Lovers card in reverse and the Three of Cups in reverse, there's an ending here because of some sort of betrayal. And Spirit wants you to not give up hope or faith, that there are good people out there. What to embrace? The Knight of Wands. This is, again, it's like, I love the way this reading is going, because it's really, Taurus, about embracing your passions. She's in the Four of Wands. It's the only deck where I've seen the Knight of Wands and the Four of Wands. She is protected. You are protected. My Taurus, you are meant to be enjoying life. Again, many of you, you haven't been able to, or you haven't been because of grief or because of loss. And some very, very unfair decisions have been made. But what I'm seeing here is, like, Spirit wants you to embrace putting yourself out there. What you're passionate about. You're protected. Queen of Swords energy in reverse. Spirit showing us here that there's a lower vibrational timeline that's coming to an end for you. You're overcoming it. And you may be cutting somebody off. I want to go back to this Three of Cups in reverse, because I was also getting a message, like, if, let's say, there was a very unfair decision made, or let's say you're, in the midst of a divorce or separation. I mean, if you need to talk about it with friends, talk about it. But also, if you need to set up boundaries with people, if you feel like, you're beating a dead horse here, don't surround yourself with people that want to keep bringing it up and bringing it up, because sometimes wounds can't heal if we keep poking at them and touching them, right? So I'm not saying to ignore it and, like, pretend it didn't happen. Do what you got to do, but also be aware of putting yourself around people or in situations where, like, they always kind of bring it up. You might want to set boundaries with people and say, hey, I don't want to talk about my ex anymore. I'd appreciate it if you don't bring it up anymore. You don't tell me what they're up to. You don't tell me what they're doing on social media, because it's no longer helpful for me, or if a decision was made at work, or a legal decision, now it's about finding solutions. It's not about harping on and holding on to the past. All right. Because, again, I just keep hearing life has been meant to be enjoyed here. And we need to take those steps to get into a balanced energy where we can enjoy life. Right. So where to find support? The Sun card is, you're going to find support in the most unlikely of places. And yeah, the High Priestess, it could be a Pisces or a Cancer person. For some of you, it may be like, somebody who's like a psychic or intuitive. I'm actually seeing some of you, like, you might go to, like, a reader, or you might go to, like, someone who, they're showing me kind of like summertime, although April isn't really summertime, but they're showing me, and some of you might be on spring break, those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, like a palm reader or something. Like, you might find support in some sort of random situation. But definitely somebody who's, like, empathic, psychic, intuitive. Possibly they have Leo, Cancer, or Pisces in their chart. But it's somebody who, it's an unlikely person, and most likely it's like an unknown person. It doesn't feel like it's somebody that you actually know. All right, that they're either going to give you, like, that nugget of wisdom that just, boom, like, makes everything so clear, or something that you're going to carry with you that's going to be like, yes, this is helping me move through. This is helping me move on. Spirit's telling you your advice and encouragement is the Star card. Some of you need to really focus on your creativity. Or others of you, there's wish fulfillment coming in. The Star card is beautiful Aquarius energy. It's independent, it's loyal, you've got this. That's what I'm hearing. All right. And the Four of Swords. Yeah. And many of my Taurus, like, I just keep getting this repeating message here. You're coming out of grief. You're coming out of loss. You're coming out of a situation where there was betrayal and it's been nasty, but it's like there's this beautiful life that awaits you. Yeah. And there's definitely been, with the Five of Pentacles, there's been heartache, there's been disappointment here. Okay, when it comes to your love life, I did pause the camera there for a second because I'm pretty sure the dogs are going to kick off because there was a delivery. But when it comes to your love life, clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Taurus. When it comes to love and relationships, what advice and guidance, I was going to say advice and guidance in Taurus do we have for Taurus? You know what I'm trying to say. Okay, so coffee cup. All right, so meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted in friendship. Yeah, see, I think you've got like a new friend coming in. Possibly somebody like you've never met, or maybe it's a friend that you weren't really good friends with, but you're going to grow deeper with, grow closer to. What weird words are coming out of my mouth? Yeah, a lot of you are recovering because you were in some sort of empath and narcissist paradigm. You were either being charmed or used, or you feel that way. But now it's time to set boundaries. And I feel like not only with obviously setting boundaries with anybody here who is a narcissist or very self-absorbed, but setting boundaries with friends and family members and even with yourself, and rehashing this energy. You know, and it's not about letting it go or ignoring it or pretending it did never happen. But for those of you where you're just starting to be like bored, of hearing about it, and remember, the more weight we give betrayal and disappointment, the longer it anchors us there. And I just feel like, my Taurus, you're ready to leave this behind. You're ready to be done with it. So set boundaries with yourself and the people you know as well. Like, you know what? I don't want to talk about that person anymore. I want to actually focus on what's in front of me, what's coming towards me. And yeah, there you are, moving on. I mean, I love these messages. Getting what you need, moving on, getting closure. Now, some of you might get closure here from an ex or something like that, but more so, I feel like this is you. This is you being a badass. This is you giving yourself closure. This is you saying, you know what, I'm done. I'm ready to be happy. I'm ready to invite in my blessings. And you certainly have them coming in. You've got love on your way. On the way in. Self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction, unconditional love. This is what's heading your way. This is what you're ready for, because you're coming out. You're coming out of stasis. You're coming out of, coming out of that Four of Swords energy. All right, so let's take a look at, when it comes to career and finance, what advice Spirit has for you when it comes to your careers and finance. Okay, denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with insight or awareness. Yeah, some of you too, I mean, there could be legal issues going on with your company, your business, or your work. But you might also be contemplating taking a leap of faith in a new direction. There's something here that needs to be looked at. And yeah, replace fear with awareness. Okay. And discipline. I can accomplish whatever I set my mind to. So some of you too, if you're looking at taking some sort of leap of faith when it comes to your career, comes to your finances, Spirit saying, there are fears here and we need to look at them, right? Sometimes our ego will make us afraid of many things to keep us safe. And sometimes the ego has every reason to do that. But other times too, the ego will keep us in situations because they're safe, but if you're ready for change, know that this change is also going to require discipline, and Spirit saying you can absolutely do it. And trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly, and knowing too that when it comes to your career and finances, you absolutely can trust your intuition. Even if you feel like you can't right now, or you're not even trusting your own judgment, you can. You can. And we see purpose. I know what I'm here to do. So many of my Taurus, you know exactly what needs to be done. Yeah. And again, a theme for many of these readings for the month of April, and it makes a lot of sense because it's Aries energy, is like, yep, it's time to get out of our own way, right? Let's see what attributes Taurus need to really focus on to be more successful in the month of April. And we already have two that come out. Samaritan, being a good person, helping those in need. So just keep on being a good person. There's always reward in that. There's always reward in that. And companion. So this is working well with others, but it's being loyal, tenacious, and unselfish. Because I do feel a lot of my Taurus, you're good people and you deserve a good person by your side. And I do feel like that's what Spirit's showing us. Despite what you've been through, you do have love coming in. Okay. Yeah, look at that. You have a lover headed your way. All right. Somebody devoted, somebody with a lot, you're going to be very passionate about. And it's really beautiful energy here. Taurus, this is a new type of reading. It's not a new type of reading for me, but for the channel, for the general public. So if you like these types of readings, please let me know. Even if you don't like it, let me know. Your feedback is so helpful, and I love reading your comments. So if it does resonate with you, just drop me a comment. All right, let's see. Final messages for my Taurus, please. Discover your sparkle. So we see brilliance. Yeah. It's time to bring that. You know, I feel like a lot of my Taurus right now, you've got a sparkle in your eye because you know you know you're ready. You know you're ready. Okay. And free yourself from pain. Yeah. Some of you, you know, this loss or this pain, you know, 10 of Swords can also be surgery, but for a lot of you, it's emotional pain that's been inflicted from whatever you've been through, but you're freeing yourself from it. And you're letting people know. And connect to your deepest inner knowing. Magenta, crown chakra work for those of you that do energy work or work with the chakras. Connect to your deepest inner knowing because you can trust your deepest inner knowing. All right. And at the bottom of the deck, we see Pearl. Connect to the divine. Yes. Remember, when we pray, we ask. And when we meditate is when we receive, right? So, wow. All right, Taurus, I'm going to leave it here. I really hope these messages help. I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care.